They emphasize the importance of humility and keeping silent about one's achievements, as boastful speeches indicate weakness. They also teach that the hardest things to bear are often the ones we cherish the most in our memories. They encourage self-confidence and a focus on one's own opinions, rather than caring too much about others' judgments. They stress the power of the mind over external events and the need to endure hardships with a calm spirit. They warn against allowing anger to harm oneself more than the initial offense. They advocate for escaping the conformity of the majority and finding one's own path to sanity. They mention the importance of a purposeful life, not wasting time, and being in control of one's own mind. They remind us that life is short and should be lived fully without fear, and that revenge is best achieved by being unlike those who have wronged us. Finally, they highlight the capacity for humans to overcome any negative tendencies within themselves. They emphasize the importance of discipline, truthfulness, and not getting worked up over things outside of our control. They encourage finding true happiness in the present moment and not letting anxiety about the future consume us. They advise against wasting time on anger or distress, as well as learning to live with difficulties and challenges. The philosophers remind us to delay anger, accept our destiny, and make the most of the time we have. They encourage us to examine our own judgments and perspectives, as well as to continuously learn and grow. They remind us that luck is a result of preparation meeting opportunity, and that life is not about arguing, but about how we act. They urge us to live fully, appreciate the blessings we have, and overcome obstacles with resilience. They highlight the significance of valuing oneself and others, and the power of one's thoughts in shaping their soul. The philosophers advocate for embracing solitude, facing adversity with bravery, and not procrastinating in life. They also emphasize the brevity of life and the need to act with goodness and honesty. They encourage individuals to seek self-improvement, to reject feelings of harm, and to dig deep within themselves to find the source of goodness. Ultimately, they suggest that accepting one's destiny and facing obstacles head-on are necessary steps on the path to achieving greatness. Instead of mindlessly following the herd, we should make our own path. While it's natural to care about others' opinions, we should prioritize our own. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Great things are not achieved by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. Stop complaining. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. Your enemies can kill you, but only your friends can hurt you. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. Get busy with life's purpose. Toss aside empty hopes and get active in your own rescue. No person hands out their money to passerby, but to how many do each of us hand out our lives? We're tight-fisted with property and money, yet we think too little of wasting time. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? The most powerful person is the one who has themselves in their own power. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Life, if well lived, is long enough. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Be wary of those who urge actions in which they themselves incur no risk. The best revenge is to be unlike those who have wronged you. No evil propensity of the human heart is so powerful that it may not be subdued by discipline. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you, so leave them alone. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. The mind that is anxious about the future is miserable. Why should you feel anger at the world as if the world would notice? When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water round it. The greatest remedy for anger is delay. No man can escape his destiny. The next inquiry should be how he may best live the time that he has to live. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Time discovers truth. How much more damage anger and grief do than the things that cause them? As long as you live, keep learning how to live, receive without conceit, release without struggle. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, because an artful life requires being prepared to meet and withstand sudden and unexpected attacks. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth, because something seems difficult for you. Do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.